How you doing? Welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about a statement somebody said to me in an email, and it was that it's boring sitting in a bar with alcohol-free beer. And I couldn't agree with you more. It's expensive sitting in a bar with alcohol-free beer. For the first thing, if I want an alcohol-free beer, I can go out and get one here, and it's a few cents. Maybe I think 50 cents or something like that for a can. You go into a bar here and you're talking €2. Or you go to a bar in Ireland and order an alcohol-free beer, you're talking €5. So it's expensive. And a bar in general is boring unless you're drinking. I mean, that's for me. It's like I walk into a bar now. It's like, I remember buying my Land Rover for the first time, and I was waiting for this discovery for so long, saving up for it, working really hard for it. And I could looking at the brochures, looking online, and you're looking at all these things about the car, and then you get it and you're excited and it's all new, and the newness doesn't last long because you start finding things in the car that annoy you. One of the things that annoyed me was on the door panel here, the automatic switches for rising and lowering the window are up on the door instead of down below, and I just wasn't used to that, and I found it annoying. If it was raining outside and you opened the window and some rain started coming in, this was electrics we're talking about, so there was little things like that annoyed me about the car. But like anything else, it's only when you do these things. When I walked into a bar for the first time without alcohol, which wasn't long after I stopped, in all fairness, because we were using the bar to watch football matches, Arsenal in the Premier League, and walked in there, wasn't drinking, and I started listening to people, listen to what they were saying, and gradually as they were drinking, they would slowly get more drunk and slowly start to reduce their capacity for intelligent conversation. The one thing that I remember most, and the one thing that turned me off bars, was we were watching the match and sort of into the match, and there was one guy jumped up after maybe he'd had 5 or 6 pints, and he ran over to the TV and he's screaming at the TV at the referee. Like the referee could hear him. I thought he was going to rip the TV off the wall and smash it to pieces. Now that's a dickhead, right? In all fairness. Most people are not going to do that, but it was just one of those things that turned me off going into bars because of the nature of the beast, right? I can go into a coffee shop and I can drink, and with coffee you get a few people in there that might speed up their speech a little bit. The movements might become a bit erratic, but you're not going to get any violence. Now, you don't generally get a level of violence. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about there is a level of as the intelligence goes down, the threat rises, right? And I'm not talking about the threat of somebody jumping up and hitting you, although that's there, but it's like people taking things wrong, or just people not understanding you or not listening to you. There's no conversation. It's people are selfish. It goes in one ear and out the other. So that's my take on, rather than trying to do a thing that is not suiting you anymore, do something different. Why are you going into bars? I mean, I will go into a bar for a fixed purpose, either to watch a match, which actually we're going up to the same bar that I went to when I stopped drinking alcohol, and I haven't been there in 6-7 years maybe. And we're going there next week because some people that we knew at the time who weren't big drinkers, but they were Arsenal fans, they moved over to England, and they're coming back for a short holiday, so we said we'd meet them, and that's the first time I'm going to that bar. So I'll go to the bar to meet somebody specific, or I'll go to a bar if they serve good food, and that's the only reason I'll go into a bar now, right? Otherwise, why would you want to go into a bar? They're there for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to serve alcohol. I mean, they are serving other things now, and their purpose is expanding, but at a baseline, why would you go into it? Not designed for you. It's not a place for you. Expand your horizons, expand your experience, experiment with life. That's what it's for. I mean, you're supposed to do that. I mean, it's that getting away from, the more you drink, the more contracted your life becomes, the more revolving around alcohol. It's like a black hole. everything in your life is sucked into this thing eventually, and you don't notice it happening because it's a very slow process. It happens over time. That's why it's so insidious. But eventually it will. Now, when you stop, slowly again, your life will start to expand, and it's a fear factor involved in it. There's certainly that. So you have to push yourself to really getting out there and, putting yourself under a bit of pressure, risking a bit of embarrassment, risking doing things that you don't want to do or you might not like to do, because eventually you'll find things that you want to do and environments that you want to go to, and you'll meet people who are on the same level as you or up. People that can pull you up. I mean, that's what your friends should be. People that, there's a backwards and forwards, you pull each other up. So I hope you got something out of that. Don't go to bars. Why? If you want help to stop drinking, by the way, we've got a platform, habitsv2.com. Everything you need to stop drinking alcohol under one roof. We've got a lot of videos that help you all the way through this journey. And it's not just about stopping the alcohol. That's the primary first step that we have to get you through. But everything else after that is then changing your mind and doing things like this, saying to you, don't go to fucking bars, you don't need it. And changing your mind so you don't want to go to bars anymore. You realize you expand your horizons and you go, why did I miss out on that? Why did I miss out on thinking that way? Because I was still trying to live the old life that I was trying to live. It's pointless doing that. But that's what most people do. And eventually, if you keep going back to that old lifestyle, keep going back to the old way of thinking, you will go back to the old behaviors as well. It's like a magnet with iron filings. You're just gonna, that same pattern will repeat itself over and over again. You need to break these things. So you know where we are. Everyone is welcome. We've got a great group of people over there who are only too happy to help everyone else to rise as well. So take care of yourself, and I'll speak to you again soon. Onwards and upwards. Bye now.